So I'm only making this video to show documented evidence and to show people who don't know what gang stalking is, to show them, clear evidence, clear signs of it. So around that time, you see on the timestamp, around the end of May, right? On this day specifically. And I'm guessing it was like a after school gig, because around this time school is out. And so these kids just come out of nowhere doing this. So it seemed like, a summer thing to make money, I'm guessing. But I just wanted to show how they use kids. I got more example of how they use underage, minors participating in this street theater out here. It was around that time, 8 p.m. On this day you see here in the clip. I was tired. I was about to take a nap. I turned off my phone. So it was like 10 or 15 minutes later. I hadn't fallen asleep yet. And I hear at the right by my window, I hear an engine of like some like four-wheeler thing. And I look out my window, take a peek, and it's these two teenagers, one on a four-wheeler, one on a dirt bike. I went out there to talk to them a little bit, and I was like, hey, what are you doing? I heard an engine. Are you guys looking for somebody? But before I went out to talk to them, I saw them like taking selfies and like laughing and joking with each other. When I told them that, the one kid on the four-wheeler, the bigger one, he said, nah, you're good. And the other kid, he just gave me some look, and they both took off. And every day after that, they would show up at my house every day after that. But whenever I was at work or I had left the house, they would do it. And these clips are just showing them doing it day after day. Like each day, like back to back after that, they were doing it. You'll see in the clip. So on that same day, which was the first day that these kids show up in my backyard on the dirt bikes that you just saw right now, these two girls walked past the house. The camera captured it. They're probably around the same age, I don't know, but they had the same colors on. And if you look, one of them tells the other one that, hey, something like the camera took a picture. And then the other one's like, what? And she repeats it, like, the camera took a picture, and you'll see the taller one look over at the house. So this was on Monday, 2 days ago, and on the timestamp you see there is when I noticed it. And this happened like about 10 minutes before. You'll see here in the clips. I'll show you. But this kid, he goes by literally just to do this. He goes by, he plays a recorder, and he goes by 2 minutes later and walks back. Now, I know why he did it with the recorder. It wasn't a coincidence. I know it's directed towards me because lately I've been listening to an artist that plays something called a melodica, and it's kind of like a piano and a recorder combined. Here's a picture right here But this kid was playing a recorder, and he was just, all he did was just go by to play a few notes, and you'll see 2 minutes later he walks by, and that was clearly directed towards me, since they watch, they watch the targets and everything. They know your habits, they know what you're into. And then I don't know if it captures, but the kid had no shoes on. He was barefoot, so I'm assuming he lived nearby. So he just went by just to do that, and he was most likely instructed by his parents to do that, because these kids, they're not gonna think of to do something like that. They don't even know who I am. I don't know anybody. I don't really go out like that. It's probably families around. And they tell them.